Well, thanks to Jemima, I've got another very technical question to answer. And that is, of course, how does Father Christmas travel round the world in just one night? Well, Jemima, this is how it's done. It comes down to magic and maths on all manner of clever things. And what I would like to do, as clearly as I can, because I am but a simple fellow, explain a little bit about quantum maths. Now, what is quantum? Quantum just means tiny, really tiny. And tiny things do the most magical and mathematical and scientific bending sort of things. So, we should start at the beginning. Father Christmas always starts in the South Pacific, and he flies westwards. And that's because the Earth spins counterclockwise. So as it spins in that direction, Santa Claus flies in that one, thus giving me a little bit more time. And of course, time is very important. Another thing I would love to explain to you all is a little bit, again, of clever maths. And this maths is called quantum superposition. And when we measure tiny particles, and of course we're all made of tiny particles ourselves, but when we measure them, sometimes these tiniest of particles are here when we measure them, and sometimes they're there at the same time. Now this, of course, is bending the laws of physics as we understand them, but we know it's true. Now, of course, if two particles can be in different places at the same time, so can Father Christmas. So when I'm delivering presents at one house, I can also be delivering presents at another house, and another house, and another house. And this is all thanks to modern science and our understanding. Lots of people drive cars and they don't understand how they work, but they know they work, so they use them. Well, Father Christmas has used this maths for many years before he actually understood it properly, and so could explain it to one or two of you. Another exciting sort of piece of maths and science which helps explain how Father Christmas can do what seems impossible, of course, is quantum tunneling, which means tiny tunneling. Balls, if you think of two tiny atoms like little balls, they bounce, but very often they don't just bounce and bounce in the opposite direction. They bounce and one travels through the other simultaneously and carries on going. Now, of course, this is of great help to me, because if there's a mountain in front of me that I'm going to bounce against, well, I don't bounce, yes, and have an accident. I go clean through the mountain. I don't have to go round it or over the top. I can go straight through the middle. And this also saves me much valuable time. Now, I hope I've explained how maths and science can be so cool, because it really is, and it helps our understanding. So if you're interested in science, maybe you could have a look at quantum physics for the very young, because that's where Father Christmas likes to stay, very young. Well, now, that young lady that asked such an amazing question, thank you, because I'm hoping that you now understand a little bit more about Father Christmas and that magical journey across the night sky, starting on Christmas Eve. So if you'd like to follow me this year, well, you could Google NORAD. They're very clever chaps, and they know exactly where I am and exactly where I'm going to go. And you can plot my course before, of course, it's time to bed, having left me out a mince pie, a glass of milk, and an enormous carrot for my lovely 9 reindeer. They're good at sharing, so do leave out one decent-sized carrot, and that will just be tip-top. Don't forget, clean those lovely teethy pegs of yours, and make sure you're in bed fast asleep. The further eastwards you live, of course, the earlier you need to go to bed, because the sooner you get to bed and fast asleep, the sooner we can come and leave you a little bit of Christmas magic. So, bless you if you're still listening, and ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to come. Toodaloos!